my channel. If you're new here, my name is Ahoefa, Lawson, and today we're gonna talk about creative living. If you haven't seen my last video, go check it out. I'll put the link somewhere up here so you get to know where my cute accent comes from and a little bit about myself. So, creative living. For me, I wanted to start on that journey because lately I was feeling a little bit bored in my life. I felt like I needed more joy, more fun things to do. And while I was thinking of how to do that, I stumbled upon the book of Big Magic from Elizabeth Gilbert. And I want to share with you what I learned in that book and maybe a few ideas of how to use it. So, what is creative living? Creative living is finding the time to do the thing we love, the thing we want to do, just for the sake of it, in spite of all the difficulty that can arise along the way. So now the question is, what is that I love enough or love so much that I'm willing to endure the difficulty that will go with it? To answer that question, we're gonna take the time to think about what is the goal of creative living. Creative living is supposed to help us be more authentic. Most of the time when we are trying to do something creative, we want it to be original, we want it to be successful, we want it to be big, we want everybody to love it and compliment us, at least I do. But that's not the goal of creative living. The goal of creative living is just to do and be curious about what sparkles joy and question and awaken us. Now let's talk a little bit more about what creative living is supposed to be about and what it is not. So creative living is supposed to be about authenticity, meaning being authentic enough to do what brings us joy, being authentic enough to do what we want to do even if people doesn't like it, even if it has been done before, even if it sucks. Yeah, it's doing really what we want to do. And but it is not about being original, because sometimes we think, oh, creative people do, new stuff, create Apple product or invent Facebook or big stuff like that. But creative living is the daily little thing we do that excite our curiosity. So creativity is more about following our curiosity and not so much about creating something that will help or change other people's life or even our own life. Creativity is just about this seems funny, or I wonder if I can do this, or this interests me, so I want to go and look a little bit more into it. That's what creativity is supposed to be. It's not I'm gonna create the product that's gonna change everybody's lives on the planet. Your creativity by side effect can do that, but it's not his first goal. Creativity is also about transformation, not so much about success. Creativity is about what's gonna happen to me when I go and try those dance classes that I'm so self-conscious about, and what will I become by going and exploring my emotion, my feeling in my body, and all of that. It's not so much about going to the class and becoming the best dancer in the world. That's not what creativity is about. So now, how do we implement creativity in our lives? Most of the time, creativity begins with an idea. I woke up one morning and I'm like, oh, maybe I should do that. Then when we accept the idea and we want to go after that idea, the fear arises. Fear goes often hand in hand with creativity. And fear is the biggest limit of our creativity. And because we will often hear people say, yeah, oh, I would love to do that, but it has already been done. Yeah, nobody will love it. I'm too old for that. Who am I kidding? Yeah, I don't want to get insulted on the internet. And people are not gonna like it and judge me, and even worse, people are just not gonna care. But fear can limit our creativity only when we let fear have the power. Fear is a good thing. We want sometimes to be afraid. When we want to be afraid enough to look at the light before crossing the road. Fear wants to keep us alive. Fear, the job of fear is to keep us safe so we can live the longest. The job of fear is to protect us, and most of the time it does a pretty good job. But from time to time, fear has a difficulty to know the difference between what is really dangerous and what is just something challenging or new. So what we want to do with fear when it comes to creativity is to say, okay, yes, I know you're here to protect me, thank you for that, but you can come along, you're going to stay to the side, and you're going to let me and you're going to watch me make the decision and go after those things that interest me. I was saying, creativity starts with an idea that comes to us. Then we accept it. When we accept it, fear arises because we don't really know about how it's going to be when we try that idea. So fear arises, we say, okay, yes, come along, stay aside, I'm going to make the decision. When we make the decision to keep going, now we have to find the courage. The courage to be vulnerable enough to do what we want to do, in spite of everything that other people can say, or even what we can say to ourselves. So we're gonna find the courage to take the first step. And it's really important to take the first step, to, I don't know, put the shoes on, buy the ticket to go to the concert, take the guy number, start your YouTube channel, just find a name for your YouTube channel. Do something about it, a first step. When we take the first step, then we have to commit to the thing. We have to commit to sit down and write those books. We have to, from beginning to end, we have to commit to go to those classes for, I don't know, trimester, a year, 2 years. We have to commit, and a beginning to the end. It's really important because most of the time we start a lot of things. Me, I have many ideas, many wants, and I start this and I let it go, and I start that and I let it go. And a lot of people do that. So if we commit to start and finish it, and we don't need to care about making it perfect, we don't even need to care about making it good, we need to care about finish it. Then when we finish it, we let it go. So the thing with the work of creativity, while we are doing it, we have to take it seriously. I mean, we have to take it like that's the biggest thing in the world, that it really matters, and commit to it. But at the same time, we have to be able to let it go when it's done, or we have to be able to say, okay, it's not perfect, I did my best, here we go. And then wait for the next idea and start again. Wake up tomorrow and write the next chapter. So that's how we have to kind of dance with creativity. Okay, you matter, I'm gonna sit down, I'm gonna do the job, even if it's something fun. I'm gonna go and buy the rollerblade and start to learn it, commit to it, like it really matter. And then when we're done, let it go. And we let it, what needed to happen to the work or to the idea or to what we create will happen to it. We have done our part and we need to let it go. So that's how we go about living a creative life. Now let's look at what could help or limit our creativity. So like I said before, fear is the biggest. And often we say, oh, I'm a perfectionist. Most of the time it's also fear talking. I'm afraid that I won't do a good enough job, so I'm just putting longer and longer and longer and longer, and I just never finish it. Or even sometimes I'm so sure I'm not gonna do a good job that I don't even try to start. So perfectionism, fear, same shoes. Then, so fear limits our creativity. The other thing that can limit our creativity also is it's when we think that we need a talent to be creative. I need to be a good musician. I need to be Beethoven. I need to be Beyonce. I need to be born with something special before I start. The other thing that can limit creativity is also when we put the weight of we need our creativity to serve, to heal the world, to change the world. Then we're like, oh, I'm not good enough to create something that can do that. Our creativity doesn't need to be doing that. That can be a side effect of our creativity. Maybe we will write a book just because we love writing a book. And maybe someone gonna read that book and say, oh, that book changed my life. But the first goal of writing the book should be that we enjoy writing the book, not because we want it to be successful or not because we wanted to change the world with it. And the last thing with creativity is when also we want creativity to take care of us. For example, if you're a musician, you want to sell a disc and you want to be successful, you want to make the big hits. Or if you are a YouTuber, you want to have, I don't know, the thing those days, it's having 1 million subscribers or making a lot of money on YouTube. But creating a YouTube channel shouldn't be shouldn't be about earning money if you use it as a creative endeavor. If it's a creative endeavor, it should be just about I love YouTube, I love watching YouTube video, I wanted to explore and make more video, learn to create video and go about it. And maybe you will end up having 1 million subscribers, or maybe you will have none, but it doesn't matter because that wasn't the goal. The goal was to create YouTube video because you enjoy it, and even if you have 0 or if you have 1 million, that doesn't matter as long as you are creating your video as you want. After exploring what can limit creativity, let's now go and explore what can help it. So first of all is to be aware of what sparkle curiosity in us, what brings us joy, what do we want to know more about, and listen to that when those ideas come to us and go after it, go explore it. That's the beginning of it, without fearing the opinion of others or even sometimes our own opinion, like I said before. The second thing is the permission to create. Just because we are human beings, we have those permission. We don't need nobody else to tell us, yeah, you can do that or not. Even if you want to make crappy YouTube video, you can go in and make crappy YouTube video. If you want to make crappy songs, you can go. You will always have people who say, yeah, that's not good music, yeah, that's not Beethoven or blah blah blah. Most of the time those people don't even do music, and so just do. You have the permission, go after it, try it. If it's good, it's good. If it's bad, it's bad. Let it go. Do it, explore, and go to the next one. And the last thing is, wanting creativity to take care of us can limit it, but if we take care of creativity, that can help it blossom. What I mean by that is, if we work, if we have a day job, if we save money, so we can go and pay for our dance classing, go and buy equipment for music or painting or video, whatever. If we work so we can pay the rent and pay for food, so we don't have to worry about those things, then our minds are free to create, and there is no pressure about being successful by this date or this standard. We can just do and be creative. So those are the things that can help or limit our creativity. So to conclude this video, I just wanted to say that what I take for Elizabeth's book was about creativity is we just need to dance with it. We just need to go with it, explore it, and maybe take a step back and go about it again. In her, I think I watched an interview where she was talking about that, and she said that most of the time inspiration will come to us and look at us and say, okay, let's go jump off the cliff. And we'll say, oh, okay, let's go. And when we jump, maybe it will catch us, or maybe it will let us fall. And when we fall and we are on the floor with broken bones, inspiration will come and look at us again and say, that was cool, huh? Let's do it again. So our job is to learn to build airbags and put some protection and cushion around us, so when we fall, at worst we have few bruises, but we are not broken. So when creativity come again and look at us and say, okay, let's come go for some new adventure, we can say yes, because that's what life is about. Life is about saying yes to many ideas we have, not all of them, but many, and explore them and see. I wanted to leave you with this. Dance with your creativity and don't take it so seriously. Take it like it matters while you're doing it. Give it your all, and then when you're done, let it go and wait for the next one. That's it. This is Ahoefa Lawson. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your support. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment. And I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.